Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Kampung Kid Live, where we talk about coconuts, the universe, and everything else in between. Very good evening to all of you. I am Douglas Kampung Kid. I live in Singapore, and in the next 60 minutes, I'm going to take a look. I'm going to take a look at some of the questions or statements or queries or whatever it is that may come up, and I'm going to take a look. I'm going to pull out from whatever comes up to and do my best, okay, to do my best to answer or respond to any of these things that may come up. Okay, so let's see who's online today. Kaylee have a I'm still learning. Nguyen, good evening. Tung Nguyen. Honey, good evening. Nice to see all of you again. Yun Do, Rosie Red. That's someone new. Hi. Vo Ngọc Nguyen. I hope I got that right. Tram Bey. Good evening. Okay, good evening to all of you. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, what's the first question for the evening? And the first question for the evening is how to overcome perfectionism. So it depends. It depends. What does it depend on? It depends on who. It depends on what. And I'll do what I usually do, which is to break it down. Okay. And so the first thing I'm going to look at is this word perfectionism, the root word being perfect. Okay. And what is perfectionism? Perfectionism is getting everything absolutely right. Okay. Getting everything absolutely right. That there is nothing else that can make it better. Okay. And so here's the thing. Okay, perfectionism is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Okay, it doesn't exist because why does it not exist? Because it is not possible. Okay, I believe it is not possible to get everything absolutely exactly as it needs to be. Okay, we can be close. Okay, we can be close to an ideal. Okay, but perfectionism is an idea. It's an illusion. Okay, that in reality is really very, very hard to achieve. But is everyone concerned with perfectionism? And is anything wrong? Okay, number one, is everyone concerned with perfectionism? Number two, is there anything wrong with wanting or not wanting perfectionism? And you guys know, okay, maybe you don't. Okay, and the thing that I say all the time is no good, no bad, no right, no wrong about anything. Okay, whether there is a desire for perfectionism or not, okay, it's a choice. Okay, the only consideration is whether or not it works for me, okay, works for us, or it works against us, whatever that choice it is that we are making. Okay, so why choose perfectionism? Okay, why would someone choose perfectionism? Okay, and why would and why is that? Why does that not work so much that you need to overcome it? Okay, so that's the second part. Okay, when you need to overcome something, okay, usually that something that needs to be overcome is seen as a hurdle, as seen as an obstacle or struggle, or something that is not working, and that's why we need to overcome it. And in this case, this thing called perfectionism, okay, whilst as an illusion, as an idea, okay, it's about everything being absolutely perfect, okay, which doesn't exist, okay, in reality. Okay, that's my opinion. And if you disagree, find me something that's totally, absolutely perfect, okay, in its most ideal manner, okay, and then we can have a conversation about that. Okay, so there's a need. Okay, so there is a need that people have to create something, okay, to create something that is perfect, and that gets in the way because it gets in the way because for the amount of energy, time, and effort that's put into attempting to achieve something that's impossible, okay, could be better channeled somewhere else. Okay, so that's a school of thought. Okay, and the pursuit of this thing called perfectionism gets in the way because it consumes all our energy. So why would anyone do that? Okay, if perfectionism is just an idea and it's an illusion, then why would anyone actually do that in a way that doesn't work? so that they need to stop themselves from doing that. So I'm going to create a context. I'm going to create a context around this thing called perfectionism. I talk about games. Okay, I talk about games that we take on in our lives, and I talk about how I see everything as a game. Okay, I see everything as a game, and in order to play the game, we need to understand the mechanics of the game. Okay, what are the elements that define the mechanics of the game? So four elements that define the mechanics of the game. In every game that we play, whatever the game is, relationship game, business game, money game, friendship game, whatever game, okay, that we choose, the biggest game that we play in our lives, the game of life. Okay, whatever the game is, defined by four things. There's a problem there is a problem that we need to solve. What is that problem that we need to solve? That is what this game is about. The second thing is who are the participants? Who are the people who are involved playing this game? Okay, who are participating in this game? Okay, we need to understand who are these people. Then the third, what's the environment? What's the environment that this game is, where this game is being played? Okay, is it a fast environment, slow environment, changing environment, constant environment? Okay, that is an environment that's always an environment. Okay, that we are playing the games that we are playing in our lives in. And the fourth element is what information do we need? Okay, what information do we need in order to play this game to the best of our capacity? Okay, so these are the four elements that define any game end. So here's what's interesting. Okay, here's what's interesting. What's interesting is that humans have got four modalities. Okay, they have four behavioral styles that make them inclined, okay, that make them more interested in one of these four elements than others. There are people in playing a game, okay, are very, very interested in the problem, okay, and solving the problem, okay, and all the others not so important. There's some people who playing a game are very, very concerned about the people, the relationships in the game, and so when they play the game, the focus is on relationships. The third group of people, okay, are concerned with the environment. Okay, what's this environment, and to make sure that the environment is stable to play the game. And the fourth group of people are concerned with the information, and in being concerned with the information, they're concerned about the accuracy of the information. And what's interesting is this fourth group of people tend to be the people who look for perfection a lot more than the other three groups of people. Okay, and these four groups of people, so I talk about this being different behavioral styles, and all of us have different behavioral styles in playing a game. Okay, most people don't know their behavioral styles, and when you don't know your behavioral styles, okay, the way we play the game becomes somewhat unpredictable. Okay, but that's another conversation. That's another conversation for another time. Okay, the question would be, excuse me. Okay, if somebody ever asks that question, okay, what modality am I, and what's my behavioral style when I'm playing a game in my life? Okay, then we can talk about. Okay, then we can talk about how do you identify? Okay, how do you identify which modality you are, and what your preference is, and how you want to play the game? Okay, but to answer this question about perfectionism, the fourth group of people, okay, the fourth group of people tend to be the group of people who are more concerned, okay, about getting things right. Okay, and this concern that they have is driven by three things. Okay, there is a need that they have, there are fears that they have, and then there are emotions related, okay, to their inclination towards this fourth element or modality. People who are inclined, okay, people who are inclined towards the fourth modality, which is about the data, the information, and the need for accuracy and the drive for perfection, okay, so that need, okay, that need comes from within. okay, based on what they think, okay, based on how they see themselves operating in a way that works for them. Okay, this is from an internal perspective, from where they are. That's the unconscious behavior. Okay, and the unconscious behavior that comes up is, okay, I need to get something right. That's the need. Okay, and when there's a need to get something right, if there's a need for accuracy in information, accuracy, precision in the things that they do, the fear is being criticized. Okay, being criticized for doing a job that's not good enough, because they have a very, very high standard. Okay, they have a very high standard which they hold themselves to. Okay, so they fear that they are not able to meet that standard, and if they're not able to meet that standard, then there's something wrong with them. Okay, so the emotion that's associated with this is caution all the time. Okay, is this always constantly being on the lookout, always constantly being very, very careful, okay, with everything that they do. Okay, wanting to make sure that they achieve perfection. Okay, so it's driven by that. Okay, and most people who are driven by that don't see their own behaviors. Okay, they don't see their own behaviors, other people see the behaviors. Okay, and so the thing is this: we work with people. Okay, so I work with people to help them see things about themselves that they're not able to see, because we don't know what we don't know. Okay, and when we don't know what we don't know, we just go onto this. We just go onto these automatic behaviors, okay, that create unpredictable and random results. Okay, and one of these things that show up is perfectionism. Okay, so if again, no right, no wrong, no right, no wrong, no good, no bad. Okay, it is whatever it is, except when it does not work for you. When it does not work for us, okay, then we need to figure that out, how to make it work for us. So it's going back to the needs, the emotions, and the fears. Okay, until we recognize that about ourselves, until we are able to acknowledge that about ourselves, we can't do anything about it. Okay, it's just like it's like if we don't know we are sick, if I don't know I'm sick, then I don't know that I need to take medicine. Number one, if I know I'm sick but I don't know what I'm sick with, I don't know what medicine to take. So I need to know, okay, what is the illness, okay, what am I sick with, so that I can take the appropriate medication or have the appropriate care be given. So how do you overcome perfectionism? When do you need to overcome perfectionism? Okay, when it doesn't work. Okay, when it doesn't work, okay, nothing wrong with having an ideal. Okay, regardless of whether it exists or not. So I started by saying that perfectionism doesn't exist, but perfectionism creates an ideal that we can strive towards and we get better. Okay, what doesn't work is when we get so preoccupied with this drive, okay, that it overwhelms us, okay, and we break down as a result of that, and we start beating ourselves up, okay, when we are unable to achieve that. Okay, so so the first thing is realizing this, okay, realizing that there's a need, and needs can change. It's a choice. Okay, we can recognize a need and we can say we don't need that anymore. Okay, but in order to say that, we need to recognize that we have a need that doesn't work. We need to recognize that there's an emotion that's associated with a need. Okay, we need to know that there's a fear, and sometimes in being able to recognize these fears, these needs, and these emotions already gives us the capacity to be able to make a different choice. Okay, so the first thing is self-awareness. Okay, and whilst we may be talking about perfectionism right now, okay, I talked about the other three modalities as well. Okay, so the first group of people have a concern with problems. Okay, and they are just looking for problems to solve all the time. Sometimes there are no problems to solve. They create problems. Okay, so that's also something to overcome. Okay, the need to solve problems. Okay, the second need, okay, is the second group of people, okay, who have got things about relationships and being with people and having social approval and all that, okay, it's also it can also work for us, work for them, okay, or work against them. Okay, so and the same thing, okay, the people who are concerned about environments and status quo, okay, about change, about speed, okay. Does it work? Does it work for you? Does it work against you? Okay, what do you choose? It comes from awareness. Okay, very long, very long answer, I know. Okay, but in the end, that's the framework. Okay, that's the framework from which I see a lot of things. That's the framework from which I see how people operate in their lives. Okay, that works against them. Okay, so there's a framework, and then there's the awareness. We don't know what we don't know. Okay, and sometimes we need to do work. Okay, we need to get the knowledge, skills, and tools to be able to then know what we don't know, so that we can then do something about it. I hope that makes sense. Okay. How can I stop blaming or justifying myself? It's a choice. When you why do people blame or justify? Why do people blame or justify? Blame, what's blame? Okay, so let's look at some definitions. What's blame? Blame is saying that somebody else is doing it. Okay, it's not me. It's not me. Okay, so blame. Somebody else is doing it. It's not me. Okay, the problem is the other person. The problem is the environment. The problem is everything else. It's not me. Okay, so that's blame. What's justify? Justify is looking for reasons, okay, why something is the way it is. Okay. What's an example of justification? Okay. I'm a man. Okay, I'm a man, and you know, men men cannot multitask. Right? It is known. Okay, women tell us all the time. Okay, that men cannot multitask. Okay, so don't ask me to do more than one thing at a time, because I'm a man, I cannot do that. Okay, so that's a justification. Is it true? Is it true that men cannot multitask? Is a justification. Okay, but whatever it is, okay, when we say that somebody else is doing it, and that's why it's not working. When we say that, you know, there's all these things that is going on, and that is why I can't do it, or it's not working, then it's about everything else except me. And the thing to know, okay, is when we do that. The thing to know is when we do that, we give away our power. We're powerless. When we blame someone else, we're essentially saying that, you know, I am powerless, okay? Everybody else has the power, they're doing it, and I'm the victim. Okay, poor me. Okay, so I'm giving away my power when I lay blame. When I am justifying, okay, I'm also giving away my power, because I'm saying that, you know, that all these things that's going on, I can't help it. Okay, that's just the way things are. You know, life is unfair. I'm a man. I couldn't. I can't help being born a man. You know, so too bad. Okay, but essentially, I'm also giving away my power, because I continue to be the victim. I can't help it. That's what I'm saying if I lay blame or I justify. And we can continue to do that. It is a choice. We can continue to do that. We can and then what will happen is then we continue to be powerless. We continue, okay, to be the victim. Poor me. I can't help it. That's the way things are. Or we can choose. Okay, we can choose to operate from a position of power. Okay, which is saying if there's anything I want to create, okay, I'm the person who can create it. Okay, if there's any reason why something cannot be done, okay, I will find a way to overcome it. Okay, then I take back my power. Okay, so it is simply a choice of being powerless or powerful. Okay, no right, no wrong, no good, no bad. Okay, what do you want to create? That's a choice. Okay, do you choose to be the victim or do you choose to be the victor? Okay, do you choose to be the perpetually on the losing end or do you choose to create a win? It's a choice. The only thing to consider also is this, or the thing to consider is this. Okay, there's only one person. There's only one person who has created everything that exists in my life. There's only one person that has created everything that exists in your life. Who is that? There's only one person who can choose, okay, what gets created in your life. Who is that? Okay, powerful or powerless? That's a choice. I don't have a good or bad. I don't have a right or wrong. It's your choice. How to make how to make people respect you if you're quiet. Why would people respect you? Is it because you're noisy? You see, me, I'm just thinking about the question. Okay, do people respect you because you are not quiet? Because it seems what I'm getting from the question, it seems that if you're not worthy of being respected if you're quiet. So what is respect? And why do we respect someone? Okay, why do we respect someone? Why do we not respect someone? Usually, okay, so it depends. It depends. It always depends. So usually we respect people because, or the people that we respect, okay, the people I respect, okay, I don't know about we, okay, maybe I shouldn't generalize. The people I respect tend to be people who uphold a very high level of integrity. Okay, and what's integrity? Okay, integrity is the alignment of who the person is being, what the person does, and the results that the person creates. They're all in alignment. Okay, it is do what you say and then create the result that you say you will create. Okay, it is okay, so it is that. Okay, so it is for me. For me, when someone upholds a very, very high level of integrity, okay, in being in total alignment, okay, being holding on to that value, okay, is someone that would get my respect. But that may not be what you value in someone. Okay, so each of us look for different things, different qualities, okay, different qualities in people. Okay, and these qualities are very often a reflection of what we desire to have in our lives. First, okay, what we desire to have in our lives that then gets projected into what we see as the world. And when we see other people who reflect these qualities that we desire in our lives, okay, these people tend to, for me, get my respect, okay? And for each of us, okay, there are different qualities that we look for, okay? Whatever the quality is. So if you're quiet, okay, if someone is quiet, okay, quiet is just one quality, okay? Quiet versus what? Quiet versus noisy. Quiet versus noisy, both are equal, okay? Both are just different behaviors. Okay, both are just different behaviors. Okay, it doesn't being quiet does not give people reason, okay, not to respect you. Okay, you will get people. Then my only question, my bigger question would be, despite just being quiet, okay, being quiet is one quality that we have. Okay, we may have other qualities. Okay, we may have other qualities. We may have other things that we take on in our lives that demonstrate or that tell the world who we are, okay, operating in this world. Okay, whatever that is. Okay, and being quiet is just one of the qualities that we may have. Okay, there are some people who are very noisy, who are very noisy, and then they have other qualities, and these people may get respect of a certain group of people. Okay, in the same way as quiet people who may have other qualities, who are doing other things and taking on other things in their lives, okay, who also tend to get respect of a different group of people. Okay, so for me, being quiet or not, okay, being quiet or not is not it's not a determining factor, okay, to decide whether someone, okay, deserves to be respected or not. Okay, it is a package. So my question will be this. Okay, what are you about? Okay, what are you about? And it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people. It doesn't matter what other people want or desire in their lives. Okay, or what they are about. Okay, the most important thing that matters, okay, is being very clear about what we are about and what value we are creating for the world. Okay, and being able and being committed in creating that value, okay, regardless of what challenges or obstacles and struggles, okay, that the universe will give to us. Okay, the bigger the challenges, the bigger the struggles, the bigger the obstacles, okay, and then the bigger the commitment that I have, okay, in still pursuing the things that I desire to create, the value that I desire to create in my life. Okay, and that's what it looks like to me. Okay, and that's what remaining being in integrity means. Okay, not being very clear, on in being very clear on who I am. Okay, and what I want to create on this planet. Okay, regardless of everything else that's going on. Okay, and when I'm very clear on that, when I see someone else demonstrating that same quality, okay, then that person, okay, will get my respect. Okay, so in the same way, me excuse me demonstrating these qualities, there will be people who will give me that respect. Okay, but whatever it is, okay, whatever I am doing, whoever I am, okay, is not determined by this respect. I want to say that very clearly. It's not determined by whether people respect me or not. That's not my reason for doing something. Okay, my reason for doing something is because, okay, that's the thing that I see that I need to do in this lifetime. And then I go and do it. Okay, the respect is just feedback. Okay, the respect is just what I will consider also karmic energy. Okay, that what I'm throwing out, okay, is flowing back in a certain way, and part of the energy that's flowing back to me, okay, that feedback that I'm getting, that I'm doing something right from a group of people, okay, in the form of respect. This thing called respect. Okay, regardless of whether I'm quiet or not. Okay, I remain in integrity of who I am and what I need to do, and then create what I need to create. I hope that I hope that answers. Okay, that's how I see respect. Okay, it doesn't determine, it doesn't shape who I am. Okay, it's feedback that I get. Okay, so my starting point is always remaining, being very, very clear who I am, what I will create, and my commitment to creating that. Okay. Tung Yin Yin, could you share more about your financial freedom journey? Okay, so what's financial freedom? Okay, so I need to disclaim a few things. Okay, and the few things that I will disclaim is my motivation. Okay, okay. Some of you may have heard me say this before, um, about the different motivations that we have in our lives. Okay, there are seven dimensions of motivation, or what matters to us. Okay, and economics. Okay, economics is one of the seven dimensions. Okay, and economics really isn't about money either. Economics is about investment of resource, of resource, and then the returns that I get on that investment of resource. Okay, that's what the economic motivational index is about. And finances or money related stuff, okay, is part of that motivational index. Okay, there's a group of people who are motivated by that. No right, no wrong, no good, no bad. They're just motivated by that, and understanding that motivation gives them the drive to be able to take on the things and continue doing the things that they do in their lives. Okay, economic motivation is not my highest. Okay, so I need to say that. Okay, economic motivation is not my highest. Okay, but that doesn't. But that's not saying that money and cash and finances and economics is not important. It's just not what motivates me to do the things that I do in my life. I'm very, very clear about that. Okay, so if you come to talk, if anyone comes to talk to me about money and what money can buy, and lifestyles of the rich and famous, and all the things that's related to finances, I'm actually not very interested. Okay, I'm actually not interested at all. Okay, so because it doesn't drive me, it doesn't excite me. I've got another motivational index. Okay, so my motivation, what am I driven by? Okay, what am I driven by? I am driven by this motivational dimension or index, that's called individualistic. Okay, and what's individualistic? People who have high individualistic motivation want to do something different. Okay, not because they want to be known, not because they want to be famous. Okay, that's a that's a different motivation. Okay, but because they don't want to be part of the masses. Okay, they don't want to live their lives like everybody else. Okay, they want to do something different. Okay, they are the rebels. They are the rebels. They are the troublemakers. They are the people who don't excuse me. Okay, who resist status quo. Excuse me. They are the people who refuse to go with the flow. Okay, they just want to do something different, and I'm one of them. So financial freedom, okay. So financial freedom was not was not a goal that I ever had in my life. So it would so I can't tell a story about how I desired, okay, to have a certain lifestyle and to not worry about money and all that, as my financial freedom journey. Financial freedom to me, financial freedom to me, okay, it's not being is to me, okay, which may be different from for other people. Okay, I know for some people financial freedom means never ever having to worry about money. Okay, having enough cash, okay, having enough cash to not worry about the finances, to be able to then do anything they want in life, okay, to be able to buy the things they want to have in life, to have the freedom to whatever that looks like, okay, or not to have to work in order to earn a living. Okay, that's what I know. Okay, that's what I understand. Okay, as a common definition that a lot of people have. My definition of financial freedom is a little bit different. Okay, it's not being slave. Okay, it is not being slave to this thing called money. Okay, it's not being slave. Okay, to whether I have cash or not. Okay, it is not living my life based on what I need to have from a cash money finance perspective. Okay, so my life doesn't look like that. Okay, because I don't want to be controlled by cash. I don't want to be controlled by money. Okay, so my starting point has always been do what you love. Okay, do what you love, do what I love. Okay, do what I love. Okay, and continue to do what I love, to do what I find meaningful and fulfilling for me. Okay, and create value based on what I find meaningful and fulfilling. Okay, and the rest will take care of itself. Okay, so I'm not worried about the finances. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's not handled. Okay, it just means that I'm not focused on it. Because I cannot in my life, okay, and that's just what's true for me. It may not apply to someone else. Okay, what's true for me is that I see this life that I have. Okay, I see the next, I don't know. Okay, I'm 52. I'm 52. I see the next 50 years. I look at the past 50 years and I see the next 50 years and I think about how do I want to spend my life? Okay, what do I want to spend my life doing? Okay, and money is never part of that equation. Money is never part of that conversation. Okay, that conversation is always driven by what value I can create for someone else. What value can I create for this world? Okay, what do I leave behind at the end of the 100 years? If I live to be 100, okay, what do I leave behind? Okay, am I going to be just a statistic, or am I going to leave something behind, okay, for the planet? And that question concerns me. Okay, and that question is always in my mind. Okay, driven by my motivational index. Okay, my motivational dimension. Okay, that's called individualistic. Okay, to want to have a desire to stand out, not because I want to be famous. Okay, not because I want to be known, but to stand out because there's something that I want to. That's something that I want to use my life to create that will matter. Okay, and this may not be something. Okay, there's a group of people. Okay, there's a group of people who's driven by individualistic as well, but it looks different for them. Okay, in what individualistic look like. Okay, some people are just rebels. Okay, doing their own thing and defying the law and whatever it is. Some people color their hair red and purple and blue and whatever it is and not want to fit in with the crowd, okay, and everything else in between. Okay, for me, it is doing something that I find, okay, that I find meaningful and fulfilling, okay, that I find is aligned to what I will say is my purpose in this life. Okay, and not being concerned, and especially not being concerned about, or not wanting to be slave to this thing called finance. Okay, and so when I decide, okay, when I decide that I am not going to be slave, okay, or I'm not, or my life is not going to be defined by this thing called money or cash or finances, okay, then I am free. Okay, then I am free to do whatever it is that I want to do. And when I am free to do whatever it is that I want to do without being concerned, okay, about the finances, okay, the finances actually take care of themselves. Okay, the finances actually take care of themselves because there's this thing, there's this mechanism in life that's called exchange. Okay, and for me, it has always been true. Okay, it's always been true for me that the universe, okay, will give me what I need, okay, to fulfill whatever I need to fulfill in this lifetime. Okay, and I know what I need. Okay, what do I really need? Okay, I need good friends. Okay, I need sustenance. Okay, I need a roof over my head. I need very, very basic things. Okay, very, very basic things, okay, that allow me to do the things I want to do in my life. Okay, and when my needs are simple, okay, based on the things I really want to do in my life, then my life just revolves around that. Okay, but I start by being very, very clear. Okay, with what it is I want to do. Okay, who I am. Okay, which I talked about earlier, being in integrity with who I am, not being distracted by all the things that's going on on this planet. Okay, about how we should be living our life, what we should be doing. Okay, based on other people's standards and other people's idea of what successful is, or following definitions of what being rich and famous is, and all that. Okay, all those are other people's theories. Okay, and I'm very, very clear. I'm very, very clear that those that's not my life. Okay, and when I'm clear about that, then I'm free. I'm really free of that concern of finances. Okay, and the universe, I believe. Okay, and not only believe. Okay, but for me, in my experience, the universe always gives me, okay, whatever it is that I need. Okay, and always there's a saying from Money and You, from Bucky, always and always in the nick of time. Okay, whenever I need it is there. Okay, so that's really my financial freedom journey. Okay, I might have told other stories. I might have told other stories before. Okay, about how part of that process, okay, has created cash and cash flow. Okay, for me in very, very meaningful ways. Okay, but that was never my starting point. Okay, that was never my starting point. My starting point has always been, okay, what can I create? What can I create? What difference can I make? And then everything else falls in place from that. I hope that answers the question. Okay, anyway, I had okay, it's not a thought. Okay, so something came up recently. Okay, something came up recently that had to do with a lot of these things that you guys are asking. Okay, before I go on to the next question about, yeah, exactly, things like financial freedom and the earlier question about perfectionism, and some other questions from the last few weeks. Okay, about whether the rich cry, about life purpose. I think Tung Yin Yun, you asked about the law of one. Okay, the law of one, and whether our lives are determined in a certain way. And my response was, yes, I believe that things are planned a certain way. Okay, and so I want to relate. Okay, I want to relate this entire financial freedom thing. Okay, to part of some of these responses that I've given in the past. We all come into this life. We all come into this life with something that we want to get. Okay, with something that we want to experience, with something that we want to learn. Okay, and our entire lives then become shaped around these experiences that we want to get, these lessons that we want to get through that we can get through challenges, obstacles, and certain types of challenges, obstacles, and struggles that we will experience that will give us these lessons that we want to learn. Okay, so I believe that that's how a lot of things in my life, okay, is shaped. Okay, and I look at different people who have different lives, and how different they are is how different other people's lives are. Okay, whether, and some people have lots of cash, some people have no cash, and everyone else is in between. Okay, on this question of financial freedom. Okay, it's something that we are here to get. Okay, it's something, the experience and the lessons, okay, we are here to get. Okay, the people who seem to have a lot of cash are here to get that experience, okay, with a lot of cash. The people who don't have a lot of cash, okay, are here to get a different experience, okay, that doesn't involve a lot of cash. And everyone else is in between. Okay, and I'm just talking about polarities that are concerned with cash. But I think we all that, okay, the thing that I know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter, because the most important thing is recognizing or becoming aware of each of our individual journeys. Okay, each of our individual journeys that's based on how we are wired, that's based on the gifts that we have. Okay, what are the gifts that we have? The gifts that we have are the talents that we come into this life with. Okay, how we are physically gifted. Okay, and all of us are physically gifted in one way or another. Okay, all of us have things that we can do better than everybody else. All of us have things that we do easily. Okay, but the problem is the things that we do easily. Okay, we think that it's nothing because we do them easily. Okay, but this is where our greatest talents are. This is where our greatest gifts are. This is where things are easy for us, which does not mean that it's easy for someone else. Okay, and we tend to look for the difficult things. Okay, we tend to look for more difficult things. Okay, that we don't need to. Okay, and I tell people this. I tell people that the universe is going to give you challenges, obstacles, and struggles already. Okay, that's in alignment with the lesson that you want to get. Okay, with the experience that you're designed to get in order to get the lesson. Okay, don't create more challenges and obstacles and problems for yourself. But people tend to do that. Okay, people tend to do that because the easy thing, okay, seems too easy. But the magic is this. Okay, the magic is when we do the easy thing and we get very, very good at doing the easy thing. Okay, number one, does not mean, okay, that it's easy for someone else. Okay, it does not mean that just because we get better and with the thing that comes easily for us, can become an easy thing for someone else. Okay, what it means is that we are getting better at where we are talented in the things that we are talented in. Okay, and when we do that, we will things become, when we acknowledge that we must first recognize, okay, that each of us are significantly, uniquely gifted to do that thing that is easy, which doesn't mean it's easy for someone else. Okay, there are different things that are easy for different people. Okay, but everybody seems to want to look for the difficult things. Okay, anyway, back to the easy thing. When we do that, okay, which is part of the answer that the thing that I talked about. Okay, not being concerned with money, because that's not my thing. That's not my conversation. Okay, but looking and understanding the thing that I do really, really well, because and when I do really, really well because it's easy, and I continue to do that and get better and better and better and better and better. Okay, what also happens is that in getting better, okay, with the gifts that I have, okay, I'm using what I have okay, to make what I have, I'm using what I have and making what I have matter to someone else, because that's my gift. Okay, and energy always flows. If I give energy out, if I give energy out, okay, yes. Take a sip of water, thank you. When I give energy out, energy comes back. Okay, there's always balance. There's always balance. There's always an equilibrium. If I give energy out, energy comes back. Okay, an exchange is created. What is the exchange that's created? The exchange is created, okay, is what I need. Okay, is what I need, and what I need, part of what I need may come back in the form of cash. Okay, what I need may come back in the form of respect. What I need may come back in many different ways. Okay, so the only thing I need to be concerned about, okay, is to start taking a look at what's easy for me. Because that gives me clues about what gifts I have, what I'm talented with, and what value I can create for the world. And my only job, okay, my only job in this lifetime, okay, is to continue doing that, okay, to create the best version of who I can be in this lifetime. Okay, I hope that answers. Financial freedom journey. How to make a rude person. How to make a rude person instantly. Vô ngộ. Ngân. Why do you want to make them regret? Why do you want to make them regret insulting you? Okay, don't give them the don't give them the satisfaction. Okay, number one, nobody number one, okay, when people whatever people do, okay, insult or otherwise, okay, whatever people do, insult or otherwise, people do because it is something that they are thinking of, okay, that they are what I say, they are present to, okay. It is usually something that they are unhappy about themselves, that then is reflected to someone else. Okay, so when people insult me, okay, when people say things, when people are rude, when people are unfriendly, when people are unkind, when people are, I don't know, whatever it is, okay, it just tells me, okay, it is just a reflection of who the person is, okay, and that's not who I am, okay, and there's no need for me to respond in any way. Okay, there's no need for me to respond in any way, and most of the time I just laugh and walk away. Okay, because when you insult me, or when you say something, whatever it is, okay, okay, that's not nice. It's showing me, okay, it is showing me who you are. It is showing me who you are than anything else. Okay, and when someone insults me, I say, wow, that's what's going on for you. That's what's going on for you. There must be something you're really unhappy with, okay, for you to say that. Okay, and whatever you're insulting me with, okay, is probably the thing that you're really unhappy about yourself. Okay, and that's why you're thinking about it. Because if you're not thinking about it, okay, then whatever it is that you're insulting me with, okay, wouldn't be an issue at all. So I don't bother. Okay, I don't bother very much. I find it amusing. Okay, I find it amusing. That people, that someone would think that way. Okay, and it tells me a lot more about who that person is than anything else. Okay, but on the other hand, people who are kind and nice and friendly, will also say things, right? Will also say things, that are nice, that are friendly, that are complimenting, that are gratifying, that are encouraging, and all that. And in the same way, that also tells me a lot about who that person is. okay, and what that person is thinking about and is present to. Okay, and that's why that's why we like people who are friendly and say nice things and all that. Okay, and the difference the difference is the authenticity. Okay, the authenticity of whatever is being said. And it is not made up. Okay, it's not flattery. Okay, and how do you tell? Okay, how do you tell? Okay, if you learn if you understand people enough. Okay, if you understand people enough and you understand what essence, okay, is, okay, which is the energy that we give out, which is energy that we give out all the time. Okay, and we know, okay, we know how authentic someone is. Okay, we know how authentic, okay, or how real someone is. Okay, and then we tend to believe. And so for me, when someone is kind and nice and all that, and it's authentic, it's real. Okay, I tend to like the person because that's not because the person is being nice to me, but because that niceness that the person is demonstrating is a reflection of who that person is, and that's why I would like that person. Okay, in the same way, if the person is nice to someone else, I may like that person even though they may be nice to someone else, because that's what's showing up. Okay, that's who the person is. Okay, and I like that demonstration of whoever that person is. And sometimes it doesn't have to be words. Okay, it's a lot of things. Okay, and on the other hand, okay, people are rude and insulting and all that. Okay, whether to me or someone else. Okay, it's also a demonstration of who that person is, and then I get a choice. I have a choice. I have a choice on whether I want to continue. I want to continue that interaction. I want to continue that engagement, and if I don't, okay, with rude people, I just walk away. Okay, if we don't feel it, okay, they can continue. They can continue insulting. Okay, and that's none of my business. Okay, I don't care. Okay, it won't affect me unless I allow it to affect me. Okay, and to me, okay, if that's a reflection of who that person is, I will choose to walk away. Okay, so it's not a matter. I don't have a need. Okay, I don't have a need to have people regretting or otherwise. That's their lives. Okay, that's their lives, and if they want to choose to live their lives that way, if they want to show up that way, they want to demonstrate their behaviors, they want to let the world know that's who they are. Okay, I also believe in karma and karmic forces. Okay, whatever you throw out, okay, you will come back. Okay, and I don't need to be the reflection of that. Okay, so I will not have a need, okay, to make anyone regret. I walk away because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my energy. Okay, I'd rather focus on things that I want in my life. I hope that makes sense. Okay, 8:30. Thank you. Okay, thank you for another 60 minutes. Okay, thank you for another amazing evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for challenging me week after week after week after week. Okay, thank you for the journey that we've been on. There isn't, and at this point in time, okay, at this point in time, there isn't enough. Okay, there isn't enough that I can say. Okay, there isn't enough that I can say to express. Okay, to express how grateful I am. Okay, to be able to do this every Thursday with you guys. Okay, because in the process, okay, in the process of doing this, okay, I have grown. Okay, I have grown tremendously. Okay, I've seen a lot of things that I've not seen before. Okay, because not consciously in my mind, that because you guys have been, and you guys have been instrumental, and all of you have been instrumental in bringing all these things up. Okay, and I've gotten clearer. Okay, I've gotten very, very, very much clearer about a lot of things that have been at the back of my mind. Okay, and seemingly inadvertently, realistically, precessionally, like we say in Money and You, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the journey, and I have come to acknowledge and recognize that all of you have contributed tremendously, okay, to my growth. okay, my growth this year. So I want to thank all of you, okay, for being here on Thursday, okay, asking me all these questions that you're asking me, making me think about all these things that you're making me think about. So thank you very much. And if you're inspired, please help me like, share, and subscribe. I'll see all of you next Thursday. In the meantime, take utmost care of yourself. Kampung Kid out.